How many of those are you actually keeping, and how many of those are we going to move on?
If anything, probably one of the most stressful things of 2023.
There's not two challenges, don't worry, that's just the terms and conditions.
Back in January 2023, we went out for a drive in our CAS Unplugged episode, and Parm's like, I got a challenge for you. I'm like, oh, go on, thinking it's going to be something small which I could do with my eyes closed.
I know you like buying cars, so I challenge you to buy one car every month this year.
One car a month. Buy one car a month. I'm like, you what? And reluctantly, I took on the challenge. Maybe I shouldn't have, because it's not been easy. We'll cross that bridge in a moment. But yeah, look, there's a nice mix of cars here on the table, and I think we've done exceptionally well. I say we because it was a collective journey. I couldn't have done this on my own. So, you know, Parm helped me out, Jay from the workshop, Purav helped me out, and some of the other team helped me out, sourcing the cars, buying the cars, finding the cars, getting the cars delivered, and then obviously working on the cars.
And of course, the key thing here was to buy the right cars.
Yes.
So that you didn't get stiffed with them.
Yeah.
And there had to be vehicles that the audience would like to watch and see how they evolve and what we do with them, right?
Yeah, of course. Let's get into it, Paul.
All right. What was your first thought when I put that to you? Did you think I was joking? Did you think it was unreasonable?
Well, you are Mr. Comedian here. But the thing is, I know when you're being comical and I know when you're being serious. Most of the team don't know that difference. I know you long enough. And I knew you were being serious. So quickly, my brain went into overdrive. I thought, okay, can I do this? Can I pull it off? I thought I could pull it off, but I knew it'd be a bit of a challenge. But you know, what you didn't know was that I'd already had a plan for the year in cars that I wanted anyway. I had a bucket list. So I thought, if I can complete the challenge with my bucket list and throw in a few curveballs,
Make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, and make it work.
Okay. Out of the 12, how many of those are you actually keeping, and how many of those
Oh,
are we going to move on? I know a couple have already moved on.
Only one's moved on. So first and foremost, our March purchase, which was the BMW E46 M3 convertible, and that was a car that wasn't on my list. The February purchase, the Mercedes 190e 2.5 16 valve, was on my list, and I managed to do a double deal, as you know, with Mitesh, and I bought both of those cars. And actually, I've got to say, out of those two cars, the BMW has been the better car. In terms of what it did for the business, in terms of content, and the better car also because quite a few of us within the company drove that. The Mercedes hasn't been driven because it's just had a few problems which we're going to iron out as of this month. So the BM's done exceptionally well for us. Audio upgrade, wheels refurbished, suspension upgrade, front end painted as well, paint correction. Really good looking car, and I sold that, I think
Within 24 hours, wasn't it?
well, yeah, within 24 hours. I was on holiday, posted it up. Within 24 hours, I had umpteen messages, and it was sold unseen to somebody I knew, but he'd followed the journey of that car. We made a good profit on that car as well. So yeah, that car's gone. You know, but moving on from your question, another car which will go will be the Honda Civic, our April purchase. For me, personally, I don't think that's been a great purchase for the business as such. Just trying to get content out of it and so on. Whilst we've done a few bits to it, I don't think we've utilised that car. Maybe it's the wrong car for the business and for the audience. I don't know. What do you think?
The thing is, we've kind of placed ourselves as more to the British and the German side of cars, Ford, BMW, and VW and all that. So maybe that's why. But yeah, we do JDM as well, just in case you didn't know. So if you do have a JDM car and you need anything doing to it, please drop us a message. So in January, we purchased the B9 RS4, which is now part of our fleet.
Correct. Now, the thing was, what you didn't know at that time, I'd already done a deal for that car with my good friend Sanj in December.
You were already one step ahead.
Yeah, so when you said, let's do this, I'm like, well, I'm January sewn up, done. So yeah, I'd already done a deal for that car. Sanj bought that car brand new. We bagged it, as you know. We took it to the Essen Motor Show. It was on the airlift booth. Bought it as a cash car, so it's a company car on the fleet. Recently, we've just done an eVenturi air intake. And the plans for that car, I mean, it's already booked into the workshop for February to have an Alpine status range audio upgrade.
New set of wheels going on it, looking at doing the exhaust as well. So yeah, that's one car to watch out for. Like I said, that is part of our fleet now, and yeah, we're happy to have it. It's a great car.
Definitely.
Then February was obviously the 190. March was the E46 M3. Yep. April we did the Honda Type R. We actually bought 2 of these.
Correct.
And the first one wasn't for us.
I left it to Blade.
Yeah.
And he bought a car initially, and it was a proper lemon. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to work with this car. So we ended up moving that car on. And then we bought that particular car, which is a better car, and we paid similar money to what we paid for the first car. But I think the first car, we rushed it a little bit because we were on a timeline. Yeah. And I put pressure on him. And then because Blade had a bit more time, he found a better car.
Well, I'm hoping it's not going to fall through the floor and then just fall off the ramp.
And then in May, I helped you out.
Yes, I did. I agree.
Because by the end of April, you were like, oh, what's next? What's next? And so, yeah, in May, we purchased our 129, which again is become part of the fleet. But we will at some point look to move that on once I've finished what I'm going to be doing with it, which is in the next few weeks.
One thing about May's car, that's a car that's known to us as well. So that belongs to a good friend of mine, Dal, who runs Multi-Lines. They did all the shop fit out for back in 2021. And we did an audio upgrade in that car. And I just messaged him, what's happening? Are you selling that car? And it was like, yes. So I think between us three, we managed to get a deal done.
So basically we were just phoning around, last 12 months, we were phoning around all our mates, sell me your car, sell me your car, sell me.
Well, that is what I did with Nitish.
I've just picked up a banger of a car, man. I'll be back in a bit. Hang tight. June, honestly, you got a touch on that.
That was a touch, and that's a car that was on the radar. So when you mentioned to me in January, boom, 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 I already had a 964 on the radar, and I wanted a car which I could improve, modify, and use as a fast road vehicle. And Ian, I've been speaking to Ian for the last 18 months, maybe 2 years. When that 964 crosses your path, I want it. I don't want a garage queen. I want something that's maybe a little bit abused and used, and that I can put my own stamp on it. And that car was like bought unseen, just a few photos, a conversation with Ian. I was like, I'll have it, and he delivered it to me. So,
well, the thing is, when you're speaking to Ian Harris, who is kind of like the 964 king at the moment, you don't need to see the car. You take his word for it, and it's a job done. So that's another one that you've added to your personal fleet.
Correct.
Lovely. July. Now this one. This one actually landed in our lap, more or less, and I think we were quite lucky to get hold of that.
So that car I chased for a year. So July was the BMW E30 M3 convertible, the barn find in black. I chased it for a month, and then a year later I chased it again. Bought via my good friend Merlin, aka Duke of London, a car that I bought unseen again based on a video, but because of the price and the history and the provenance, I was like, I'm having it. That's done exceptionally well for us. I mean, looking at the numbers, I've got some data here. That car has, in terms of viewing numbers, that one episode is the most viewed up to a few days ago. 65,000 views on that
I think
car.
out of the 12 cars, that's the one that's had the most attention, because everyone loves a barn find, and the barn find cars are always the ones that by the end of the series have the biggest impact, because obviously you've bought it as a dog and you're going to sell it as a camel.
Yeah, I don't know about that. A queen.
A queen.
Yeah, they're always a good talking point. Everyone loves a barn find, and if anything, those are the kind of videos that I love watching on YouTube, barn finds. So that's actually booked in this week. So by the time that this episode goes out, that car will be sitting with Maguire's. So Tommy, Dale and Grant will be giving that car some serious love. Actually, I don't think Tommy will. More like Dale and Grant will be giving that some serious love. So yeah, great car, great find. We spent a lot of time on it. A bit of money, but that's the one that's had probably the biggest journey out of the 12 cars, purely because of where it was, where we've got it to, and where it's going to be at by the time we finished it.
This is another one that's going to be moved on. So if you're in the market for a true iconic classic car, E30 M3 convertible, just keep your eyes peeled on that.
They only made 786 of these, and now I've got 2 of them.
Why have I always got to do the f***ing hard work?
Come on, push, push! Come on, push!
August was Ford Escort RS Cosworth in Euralis Blue, ultra low mileage. What a fantastic car. That's had quite a big following, but I understand this is part of your own fleet now.
I'm going to keep that.
You're going to keep that?
That could be a long-termer as such in the fleet. I'm loving that car. In fact, only yesterday I took it to Bicester Heritage. That car got some serious love. I think people who are in the Cosworth scene, in the Ford scene, know that the colour is exceptionally rare. And also, just looking around the car, you can see it is exceptional condition. Even the interior is just immaculate.
Well, with just 16,000 miles on it, it's going to be flawless, isn't it?
And weirdly enough, a lot of people like that number plate. I'm a little bit unsure because it's a bit of a sort of younger guy's number plate, fat RS. You know, you expect a 21-year-old kid
Fat arse.
jump out the car and an old geezer jumps out. But everyone appreciates that plate, I think.
This is rallying royalty right here, and it's an absolute unicorn.
September, E92 M3, which again, this one's for your own personal collection.
Own personal collection, and again, this was already on the bucket list, so I knew at some point I'd get one. It's some really nice guys that run the BMW E92 forum that helped me out finding this car. So yeah, I'm glad I waited, because a car that's a competition pack car, which is what I wanted. Low miles, great color combo with the Alpine white and the forest red interior. I'll slowly modify that car. At the moment, it's parked up because the weather's a bit rough.
Yeah,
yeah. That's going to get a lot of love.
we all know
on the
you
channel.
can't drive a rear-wheel drive car. So anyway, but October, amazing. But this is another one that was on your bucket list, though, wasn't it?
On my bucket list, just wanted to understand what these cars are about. Okay, it's a 911, but for me, I had to get past the front end lights. I think I've warmed to them as a lot of Porsche guys have now, becoming a bit of a classic, and I think you warmed to it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, turbo was always on the plan, and I think finding a Turbo S at the money that I did and negotiating that price with Mike at Ashgood Porsche was very good buy, and this is my daily.
The big thing here, it's completed your 911 collection, right?
It has, but actually I don't have a 991 because I sold that. But I'm sure I'll get a 991 at some point. But this one I will sell later on this year. So this is another car that will go later in this year once we've modified it. Wheels, suspension. I've already done a CarPlay upgrade. Going to do audio, change the exhaust, use it for a while, and that will go up for sale.
Nice. And then obviously November, just before Christmas, another great purchase was the 7
The James Bond edition.
You need to go back and watch that video because we've had a lot of positive comments about that video. So hats off to the camera guys.
The media team.
The
You
media
can't call them
team,
camera
sorry.
guys.
The media team.
Yeah, I'm a camera guy when I walk around my
YouTube kings.
iPhone. So yeah, James Bond, Tomorrow Never Dies, 750
Perfect.
IL, BMW E38, and it's bloody ULEZ compliant. So when that car came up on an auction site, the first thing I did is I put the number plate into TfL's website. I'm like, this car's ULEZ compliant.
We need to buy it.
Spoke to Jay, sent Jay to go and have a look, and then we bought it online and picked it up. Got a few issues. It's got disco lights, so inside on the dash, there's so many lights that are on. Sometimes the indicators work, sometimes they don't. But you know, it's a cool car, and we're going to start that project imminently. I think I've sourced some wheels for it, so that's going to be a cool build.
There's one missing here.
Yeah, so one missing.
So what's the story behind this grey area here?
Grey area because it is a grey car. There's a hint on the colour. Porsche 992 GT3 RS should have arrived in December before Christmas, slightly delayed. It's on the production line. I think it's at the end of the production line. It's in Germany, and I believe in the next few days it will be on a trailer to the UK.
Nice.
So that's my December purchase, which will arrive, I'm hoping, this month.
And again, that's for your personal.
That's my personal
collection.
Yeah, I'm not looking to sell that. So yeah, I'm not one of those flippers guys. That's not happening. Don't DM me. You're not getting it.
What, even for 500 grand?
even for fun. I don't want to lose that relationship that I've managed to build up with Porsche.
Brilliant. Right, so I'm going to put that down as a challenge completed. So yeah,
Nice one.
well done, boss. Even though it's not here.
More so, guys, do you think I've completed the challenge? And what do you think of the 12 purchases? So yeah, drop a comment. And whilst you're here, guys, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel, because some of you are watching our content, but you're not subscribers. So make sure you hit the subscribe button now.
So you've already told me which one of the 12 you regretted the most, which is the Civic.
Yeah, sorry, Blade. Sorry, mate.
Which one out of these was your favourite?
My favourite in terms of driving or buying, or
just in general? I kind of think I know what you're going to say. Probably the one that's missing.
No, far from it. I think the favourite in terms of the chase was the July purchase, the M3 convertible, the E30, purely because, it was literally a year to the day when I looked at that video that Merlin had sent me. A year later, I got that video and boom, I was on it. And so that's probably the favourite in terms of the chase of getting that car and getting it over the line. In terms of favourite car here, I'm actually going to say the 964. It's very close with the Cosy, the Escort Cosworth.
Yeah.
But I think the 964, because it's the exact car that I wanted. And to find out, only recently I found out that car's got a 993 engine sitting in the back and not a 964 engine. So it's just, it's already a Frankenstein car, and I'm just going to carry on rolling with that Frankenstein project.
There's no point trying to make it into a purist car, because it's just not going to happen. What are you taking away from the last 12 months? What have you learned? What would you not do again?
Put it this way, if you told me in December 2022 and not throw me under the bus in January, then I could have put a strategy in place. But the fact you threw me under the bus, okay, I knew...
But then that's the whole point of a challenge, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Just to know in advance that this is what you were planning would have helped out, because then I could have mapped it out. So the issue was that Jan car was done, and February, okay, I managed to get over the line with Mitesh with the both cars, but then it became very difficult. And, as you said, may become a little bit challenging. It took a lot of time, guys, believe you and me, scouring the web, looking at Auto Trader, looking at auction websites, speaking to friends, and so on and so on. It took a lot of my time, and it was, if anything, probably one of the most stressful things of 2023.
I mean, the other thing is, I feel car prices are cooling, or have cooled a little bit. I think last year car prices were at a hike, so to try and get the right car for the right price, which was quite important in this exercise, probably would have been the biggest challenge, I think.
Yeah, I think so, and I think everything here I bought at the right money, and in some cases I bought considerably lower than market value because of the relationships I have with certain individuals. So I've done exceptionally well there.
Listen, we need to keep you on your toes, and because you did so well on this one...
As if running this business doesn't keep me on my toes.
I need to keep you on your toes, so there is a new challenge for 2024. What are you saying? You up for it? Come on. You don't know what it is yet.
I'm going to leave you hanging.
No, don't leave me hanging. Bush.
Reluctantly, guys.
Right, I've got a challenge for you. So in this envelope...
There's 2 envelopes there.
Yeah, you can worry about the second one in a minute. There's not 2 challenges, don't worry. That's just the terms and conditions.
T's and C's.
That's the T's and C's.
Whoa! Okay, we're taking it to another level.
Okay. So, there's your challenge. If you accept it, and if you don't, I'm sure, but you have to accept it, otherwise, the viewers are going to unsubscribe.
You're just going to blow up or catch fire after.
Well, you got 5 seconds.
Right, so
I'm going to give you 10 grand of my own.
What is this? What is this nonsense?
Look, it's £10,000.
100% legit Central Bank of Parm.
That's it. You got it.
10 grand, but this is This is not really 10 grand. This is Monopoly money. None of this was paid for with Monopoly money, by the way.
Right. But listen, so here's the challenge.
Really? Okay, I don't get this, but...
So, your challenge for 2024 is to take 10 grand of my hard-earned money, and by the end of the year, through buying, selling, trading cars, and obviously using your skills as a businessman, yield me a return of £100,000.
What? Okay, so you want me to start with 10K?
I'm gonna give you 10 grand. I need you to turn that into 100 grand by the end of this year.
Okay, this is a challenge.
Like I said, that bus needs to do its job this year.
So I can buy cars, flip the cars, do whatever I want, but the challenge is to convert 10K by the end of 2024 into 100K.
Yeah, that's 100.
Is that real money or Monopoly money? Because this is Monopoly money.
No, it's got to be real money, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'll transfer you 10 grand in a bit.
Okay.
What do you think?
A bit different. I'm thinking it's less stressful, but I guarantee
It's probably
it
less.
won't be.
It's less stressful because you don't need to go out looking for. Listen, you might be able to do that with five or six cars, if you buy right.
If I can do that, a lot of car dealers will be thinking, hold on, Raj needs to write a book about buying and selling cars. To convert 10K to 100K in 12 months.
Listen,
every car dealer was thinking, whoa, we're doing something wrong here.
Use your business acumen and see how you can convert that with an extra zero on it.
I'm very positive thinking, as you know. I never like to think negative and be negative, and I think that's why we're successful in what we do. So positive thinking, positive mindset. I'll give it a go. And let's see where this journey takes us. We know where this journey took us. Let's see where this Monopoly money journey takes us. Okay, so
It's
you want to
not
give
Monopoly money, it's Parm money.
No, this is Monopoly money.
It's worth more than pounds.
Guys, okay, so challenge for 2024 is take 10K of Parm's money and convert it to 100K, and that profit will be all mine. So I'll give him his 10K back at the end of the year, and I'll be sitting on 90K, happy days.
No, but I need an ROI.
Yeah, you'll get the ROI on a piece of paper with Monopoly money. You give me Monopoly money in a piece of paper, I'll give you that back at the end of the year. The difference, I'm pocketing and keeping. All right, well, long episode, guys. New challenge accepted. 2023 challenge successfully completed. As I said earlier, guys, make sure you smash the like button and you subscribe to the channel, especially now there's a new challenge that is going to be hitting the channel.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. 2025, hitting the shelves, Amazon.co.uk, Raj's autobiography on how to make money in the car trade. So yeah, hopefully I'll successfully complete this challenge, and then in next year you can go out and buy that book. Let's get that to be a bestseller in 2025, guys. Nice one.